Hello church, it's David here today, and I really want to share with you guys something that's been on my heart for a number of weeks now, something that I really hope can be an encouragement to some of you. You know, we've been in lockdown for a couple of months now, and you know, a few months of not being able to go and see family, 2 months of not being able to go and see friends, and 2 months of just not being able to do day-to-day things that normally we take for granted. For me personally, not being able to go and get my hair cut for 2 months has been a big one for me. But for some of us, you know, this can be a really challenging and really difficult time. It can be a time where we feel isolated, a time where we feel cut off and we feel alone. And what I really want to share with you guys is something that we hear a lot as a church, but I really believe that it's really important that we affirm that in us today. And that is that God will never leave us nor forsake us. Now we first hear this in Deuteronomy 31 verse 6, where it says, "Be strong and courageous, do not fear or be in dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you." Now here Moses is talking to the Israelites. He's saying how he's not going to be joining them when they go into the promised land, but God will be still with them. So they should still be courageous and they should still have courage, because God is going to be the one who is going to be with them. Now, what I really like about this is that this is echoed in Hebrews 13 verses 5, where it says, "Keep your life free from love of money and be content with what you have. For he has said, I will never leave you nor forsake you." So what I really like about this is the fact that it's been echoed instantly shows me that this is something that is still relevant, that this isn't a promise God made to the Israelites thousands of years ago and that's been fulfilled now. But no, this is something that God is still saying to us. This is not an empty promise that he's given us. This is something that is still relevant and something that he still lives by today. And I really just want to address this where it says, "I will never leave you." As you know, God will never leave us. He's not wrote that and been like, "I'm not going to leave you, but in a few years time when coronavirus becomes a thing, you know, you guys are going to be on your own, and then when all this dies down, then we can come back together." No, God is never going to leave us. In the good times, in the bad times, he is still going to be here. He is not going to leave us or forsake us. And you know, I just really want to encourage you guys that in this time where we might be feeling alone, in this time where we might be feeling cut off and we're not able to see people, God is not cut off from us. God is still there with us. God is with us as much now as he was in the past, as he will be in the future. God is not going to change who he is to us. He will always be here. He will always be with you. And another thing I really like about this is, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." Now, a big thing that a lot of people face, and I've been a victim of this quite a few times myself, is I've often thought, you know, what I'm going through isn't really significant in like the greater circumstances. You know, God's not going to be too interested in what I'm going through. And especially at the minute when there's a worldwide pandemic going on, you know, a lot of us can definitely feel like, well, you know, it's a worldwide thing going on, you know, God's got bigger fish to fry than what's going on in my life. No, because God said, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." Now, it doesn't matter how small you think your problem is. God is still wanting to help you through that. He still wants to bring you out of that. And you know, a phrase we hear a lot is that nothing is too big for God. But also, I just want to say that nothing is too small for God. He's not going to look at your situation and think, "It's a bit small that, you know, there's bigger things going on, I need to do that." No, he's going to be there for you. So I just want to encourage you guys that no matter what it is, bring whatever you have to God, no matter what's going on, because he is never going to leave you nor forsake you. And I really believe that someone needs to hear that today, that you are not alone, you are not isolated. No matter what you're going through, bring it to God, because he wants to help you. He wants to bring you out of that. And what I really love about this in Hebrews is it continues on in verse 6 to say, "So we can confidently say, the Lord is my helper, I will not fear. What can man do to me?" Church, we can confidently say that we don't have anything to fear, because God is going to help us. You know, no matter what we're facing during this time, you know, it could be financial difficulties. I know the furlough scheme is what a lot of people are on, and a lot of people are really, you know, concerned about, you know, after this, like, where am I going to be at financially? Like, I've missed all this work. What's going to happen to my business? We can confidently say that the Lord is my helper and I will not fear. And I just really want to encourage you, church, today, that we are not alone. We are not isolated. God is with us. He is always going to be with us. He's not going to leave us. He's always going to provide for us. He's always going to be there. So be confident, church. Be courageous in this time. And I look forward to seeing you all very soon.